like Western cooking, add vinegar like it would be in the West. So it's really.
미국에서 수백만 구독자를 보유한 전문 요리사 브라이언 씨가 아내와 함께 한국 서울을 찾았다가 그만 제자리에 주저앉고 말았습니다. 평소 본인의 나라에선 상상조차 할 수 없었던 대한민국의 미친 음식 시스템과 압도적인 시장 인프라를 눈앞에서 목격했기 때문인데요. 특히 명동의 한 식당에서 주문하자마자 3분 만에 로봇이 음식을 배달하는 광경을 보며 그는 연신말도 안 되는 속도다라며 경악을 금치 못했습니다. 전 세계가 부러워하지만 정작 우리는 일상인 환경. 과연 어떤 광경이 이 미국 전문가의 멘탈을 이토록 압도해버린 것인지 지금 바로 확인하시죠.
Let's get started with breakfast. We found a really good spot close to our hotel in Myeongdong that serves great abalone porridge, or in Korean I think it's called jeonbuk juk, and the abalone version in kind of like umami, and it's kind of got a chickeny flavor, and I don't know if that's from the abalone that's in there, with bites of the abalone, which is also really fun. And it's kind of like a combination of congee and risotto as well. Like it has a really nice full body texture in your mouth. And when you get the rice that's kind of like broken and super starchy, it makes it super comforting, delicious. And it comes with all these crunchy, salty things on the side to sort of like make it that much more flavorful. 감사합니다. So another savory dish that we've had for breakfast a few times in Seoul is a beef bone soup. It's essentially a boiled beef soup that has a really nice white, rich, creamy broth with some tender, tendony beef and some rice and rice noodles. And it's usually served with kimchi, like everything in South Korea, which is great because it brings some crunch and a little bit of life. That way you get something that's kind of spicy and a little bit more intense. And soup for breakfast for Americans sounds pretty different. Turns out that it's real sick. Yep. It sounds weird, but it's actually super good because it's paired with like very beefy flavor. If it was just bone flavor, it'd be kind of weird. But like speaking of beef flavor, this is like extremely beefy. And there's also a bunch of beef fat kind of floating on top, which is also amazing because it coats your lips to bring that sort of like vibrant green edge that you just don't get from anything else in this soup. And then you got double carbs in here. You've got rice and rice noodles to bring two different textures and to just make sure that you feel extra comforted to start the day. The beef itself in this soup, because it's like joints and tendony type stuff that's been simmered for a really long time. So it's like very gelatinous and super tender. And when you eat all of that like rendered cartilaginous stuff, it's like luxurious and unctuous and just really tender. There's even some of what looks like beef stomach in here. And usually I really hate that, like not a fan at all, but this is really good. They bring a little bit of salt and a little bit of extra sort of vibe. It is really good. All in all, like probably the perfect breakfast. Called Myeongdong Gyoja, which is essentially a fast food restaurant, but not in the way that you would think of it in the United States. Here they make dumplings, dumpling soup, a spicy noodle dish called bibimbap, and a soybean noodle soup called kongguk. Today we're here for the spicy noodles and the mandu, or the dumplings. So these are mandu, which is essentially just like a Korean dumpling. Pork, leek, scallion. Overall, a really clean, mild flavor, but like still super flavorful. And this little sauce that they give you is like a vinegary soy sauce that kind of balances it all out. And the skin of the dumpling too is like super tender, but a little chewy. It's a treat to be able to have something that handmade, so tender, so like succulent, I guess is the best way to describe it. And having a little bit of something salty and a little bit sour to dip it in just kind of balances the whole thing. It's really good. The next dish that they have here is what I think is called bibimbap, which is a chlorella noodle. There's some cucumbers in here, some marinated cucumbers, and yeah, what looks to be like some kind of gochujang-based chili paste, and then some ground pork too. It's definitely pretty sweet. Like a lot of Korean food has sweetness in it, I've noticed. The spice is definitely pretty prevalent, like it's pretty spicy, but it's definitely like not blowing your head off spicy. Like sesame is a huge predominant flavor. And texturally, the noodles are like quite squishy, like they're boiled pretty hard. They're like just softer than chewy. That's how I would describe them. And a whole bowl of this, like just very saucy, very sweet, very powerful chili sauce. Tons of sesame flavor. It's just really fun. What's on this menu? I'm gonna try a third item that I haven't had yet this week. This is mandu soup, essentially just like dumpling soup. It's almost opaque with. There's onions in here that look maybe like, if not caramelized, roasted, and they're bringing that kind of, yeah, look at that. That's like a roasted onion right there.
It smells like roasted onions too.
Yeah, it looked to be like maybe 50-50 rice wheat noodles.
They're hand cut.
They look slippery, but they surprisingly hold this sauce well. That looks really great. I'd say my favorite is it's probably the dumplings. But the thing that's the biggest surprise is the spicy noodle dish. Like, I really, really like that because it is so sesame forward and it is so like in balance. That is nothing like Western cooking. Add vinegar like it would be in the West. So it's really sick. This is a really fun restaurant, and if you're in Myeongdong, you should definitely check it out. So I really couldn't capture this in the restaurant, but it's really crazy in there. From the time we sat down to the time we got our food was probably about 3 minutes, and it came to us on a robot.
There's only 4 items on the menu, and then you pay immediately.
Yeah, they're like, pay. And then your food comes on a robot, and then like within 5 to 6 minutes, they're like, are you done?
Like they just assume they're burning through.
Yeah, that restaurant probably does like 300 to 400 people per hour. It's totally insane.
Respect.
But good though. In Sedong, to get a street food treat that I had never had, and Lauren had, across the street from me now is the Gwangjang Market. And let me just say before we go in, it's the most insane food market I've ever been in my entire life. Or at least a lot of them do. And we're here to investigate the Korean mung bean style pancake. It's kind of a specialty here, and we're going in, so you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. Bean sprout pancake. Let's find a place to sit down and have one. And the mung beans are like sitting in some kind of golden batter, or they're making the batter. I really can't tell. It kind of defies all the odds. But there's bean sprouts in it too to bring some texture. So, whoa, I'm gonna dip it in this vinegar, oniony vinegar that they give you with it. See what that's about. Oh, whoa, it's so much better than the one we had yesterday.
Really?
Is it? Do you think it's gluten-free?
I know it is because we see them grinding the
Oh,
mung
yeah,
beans.
right.
It has a really interesting freshness to it. I mean, it tastes like bean sprouts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it tastes like corn, but it doesn't not taste like corn.
Yeah, it definitely has like a grain element to it, but yeah, it is like a fritter.
If I had to guess, the sauce is probably just like a plain light vinegar. It's really simple and really clean. And the last stop of this tour is in a neighborhood where at night a bunch of street vendors set up like makeshift restaurants along the side of the road. There's also a bunch of brick and mortar restaurants here. It's Sunday night, so the vibe around here is a little bit more chill. There's maybe like 500 or 600 people on the street eating. Last night on Saturday, there was literally like 5,000 people on the street eating, and it was really insane. We're gonna do some soju here. So we're gonna drink some soju, has some stir-fried eel, some chicken skewers, and kind of have like a chill end to this 5,000 calorie eating situation.
Shall we?
So fried eel with some onions, some green onions, sesames, garlic. Whoa. So it's a little chewy, good flavor. Got kind of a chili paste flavor going on. Great texture on the outside, kind of crispy around the edges. Overall, just like a really fun dish. It comes in this aluminum foil wrapped plate. And, you know, we're sitting in the street, drinking soju, having fun. Next, we're gonna be snacking on some of these grilled chicken skewers. And yeah, sweet grilled chicken thighs with some scallions on a stick with a bunch of sesame seeds. It's kind of like a sweet, just Korean barbecue style sauce. So gochujang, a little sesame oil probably, a little bit of sugar, some soy sauce. It's just like grilled chicken thighs on a stick. It's so sick. You gotta try this.
Yes. Yes, please. I gotta say, I'm starving. For eating all day, I'm starving.
Why are you eating off a stick with your fingers?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot of food. Obviously, it's not a definitive like expose of all of the delicious food here in Korea. That's just the stuff that we like and have liked over the last few days of eating here.
결국 서울 곳곳에서 그가 마주한 것은 단순한 음식이 아닌 손님을 향한 정성과 세계 최고의 효율이 결합된 대한민국의 품격이었습니다. 미국의 그 어떤 미슐랭 식당이나 선진국 시스템에서도 느껴보지 못한 이 경이로운 속도와 맛은 그에게 한국이라는 나라를 맛의 성지로 각인시키는 결정적인 계기가 되었는데요. 우리에겐 공기처럼 당연한 이 일상이 누군가에게는 평생 잊지 못할 감동이 된다는 사실이 참으로 가슴 벅차오릅니다. 구독과 좋아요로 우리의 자랑스러운 음식 문화를 응원해주세요. 감사합니다.